Less than a year ago, I didn't know sales engineers existed. And now I am one. My name's Veronica. I'm a sales engineer specialist at UiPath, and this is the story of how I got into pre-sales. If we crossed paths sometime in the past 10 years and you came up to me and asked, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" My answer could have been anything from a biomedical engineer, a UX designer, an app developer, a 3D animator, a digital manufacturing leader, and even at one point, a YouTuber. So, how in the world did I end up in pre-sales? It traces back to my first job in user experience. I walk up to one of my coworkers and guide them to a small high top table that has a laptop in the center with one of our internal websites preloaded. Right now, my team is camped out in the cafeteria performing user interviews, trying to get any employee willing to participate. Right now, I've just given my next interviewee a task, and I'm currently watching them try to accomplish it to evaluate the website's user experience. As I'm watching them navigate the site, I become confounded. They're navigating the site in ways I never thought someone would, clicking buttons I never would have clicked on. I think to myself, why are you going over there? It would be so much faster if you just used the big search bar at the top. It was at that moment that I became fascinated with how people interact with technology. The more user interviews I did, the more I realized that person's experience is not uncommon. There were so many people at my company that were either inefficiently or underutilizing the digital tools available to them. There was an immense need for someone to show them how to get the most out of the digital technology at their disposal. So I pursued roles where I could do that. Starting at one of our corporate sites where I taught people how to get the most out of the personal and team productivity tools at their disposal. But after a couple of years, I found myself being drawn to one of our manufacturing sites. There was a process improvement team that was looking for someone who could help them leverage digital tools to make the site more efficient. I had heard that this site was pretty behind in terms of utilizing digital technology, so I found it as a pretty exciting challenge. For one of my projects, I was tasked with identifying a way to save the quality department time. Their support team was drowning in work and they didn't know what to do. They had already mastered most of the productivity tools at their disposal, so I knew they needed something more advanced. They needed automation. Now, I had remembered that one of my former teammates had used a robotic process automation or RPA tool to create a basic automation in the past, so I thought, I'll give that a try. With my limited exposure to RPA, it took me about a month to design and build an automation that saved the team over 1,500 hours per year in repetitive manual work. Even better, since I utilized a low-code tool, I was able to teach them how to manage and modify the automation themselves so they didn't have to come to me anytime the automation needed updating. My eyes were opened up to a whole new level of possibilities. I can help people not only leverage technology to do their work better, but to eliminate tasks they don't want to do or don't have time to do. Tasks they find as a waste of time or incredibly boring. Just like how physical robots eliminated manual, repetitive, and unhealthy physical labor, software robots now do that for digital labor. I craved more. But I knew projects like that would be far and few between at the job I was in. And I didn't want to just do more RPA projects either. I had this thirst to explore more advanced technology, like machine learning, artificial intelligence, and data mining, among others. First, understand what's possible, then show people how to use them to their advantage. So I started looking for jobs where I could do that. Pre-sales didn't immediately cross my path, and I don't remember when I first found out about sales engineering, but I do remember reading a description about what they do being something along the lines of, they leverage their technical skills to explain the benefits of their products or services to potential customers. As soon as I read that, I knew that sales engineering was my next endeavor. Since I had this inherent interest in RPA, one day my search led me to UiPath. I'll never forget when I clicked on the website and saw the big tagline at the top. We make software robots so people don't have to be robots. That one line told me everything I needed to know about UiPath. They make technology approachable, fun, and for the benefit of people. I immediately knew this is where I want to work. Incredibly, when I looked at the job postings, I found an opening for a sales engineer of advanced technologies. And as I read the job description, I was more and more amazed. They were looking for someone who would first explore advanced technologies and then show other people in the pre-sales organization what's possible, as well as show our customers how to leverage them to accomplish their goals. It was exactly what I was looking for. So I submitted my application, and the rest, well, we'll say it's ongoing. It's been about 6 months now that I've been a sales engineer specialist at UiPath, and it's been incredibly fulfilling getting to show people what they can accomplish with our amazing technology. I got into pre-sales because I love helping people use technology to its fullest, and in this job, I get to do that every day. That's the story of how I got into pre-sales. I hope you enjoyed it.